Hey everyone, welcome back to Level Up Switch. I'm Matt, and today we're throwing fists, landing combos, and going full-on brawler mode as we count down the top 20 best fighting games on Nintendo Switch. Whether you're a casual button masher or a hardcore frame counter, this list has something for everyone. We'll be looking at everything from arcade ports to Switch exclusives, traditional fighters to platform brawlers, and everything in between. Before we jump in, let me know in the comments what your favorite fighting game on Switch is. Maybe it's on this list, maybe it's not, but I want to hear from you. And if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join the Level Up Switch community. Now grab your Pro Controller, stretch those thumbs, and let's dive into some digital combat. Kicking things off at number 20 is Blade Strangers, a lesser-known gem that blends characters from indie hits like Cave Story, Code of Princess, and Umihara Kawase into a traditional 2D fighter. What makes Blade Strangers stand out is its simplified control scheme. Just 4 attack buttons plus directional inputs, making it incredibly beginner-friendly. But don't let that fool you. There's plenty of depth here with chain combos, unique character abilities, and a robust heat gauge system that rewards aggressive play. The pixel art is gorgeous with fluid animations that give each character personality. The netcode could be better, but if you're playing locally with friends or enjoying the surprisingly substantial story mode, you're in for a treat. Fast, flashy, and fun. At number 19, don't let the cute visuals fool you, them's fightin' herds. Packs serious heat. Originally designed with input from Skullgirls lead developer Mike Z and the fighting game community, this 4-button fighter stars a cast of hoofed competitors that might look adorable but will absolutely destroy you. The game features some of the smoothest animations in the genre, with a combat system that includes magic abilities, a super meter with multiple levels, and character-specific resources. The Switch port maintains a rock-solid 60 frames per second, which is crucial for those frame-perfect combos. What really separates this from the pack is the dynamic music system that changes based on how you're performing, and an incredible lobby system styled like a 16-bit RPG. The story mode is episodic and surprisingly deep, with platforming elements and puzzle solving between fights. If you're looking for something different with unexpected technical depth, hoof it over to the eShop for this one.
Wind's blowing in my favor today.
Number 18 takes us back to the arcade golden age with SNK's masterpiece, Garou, Mark of the Wolves. Often called the Street Fighter III of the Fatal Fury series, Garou delivers gorgeous pixel art with animation that still impresses today. The TOP system is what makes Garou special. You select which portion of your health bar activates a powered-up state, creating strategic decisions before the match even begins. Do you want early advantage or a comeback mechanic? The Just Defend mechanic also rewards precise blocking with a small health recovery and reduced block stun, making defense as exciting as offense. The Switch port includes both Japanese and English versions, training mode, and online play with replay saving. The roster might seem small at 14 characters, but each fighter feels utterly unique, with distinct playstyles and beautiful hand-drawn sprites that capture the late 90s SNK aesthetic perfectly. This is a retro classic that still punches hard today, and it's a must-play piece of fighting game history you can now take anywhere. You've seen the anime, now live it! At number 17, Dragon Ball FighterZ brings Arc System Works' visual wizardry to the world of Goku and friends. This 3 vs 3 tag team fighter combines cinematic moves, a deep combo system, and over-the-top spectacle that perfectly captures the essence of the show. What makes FighterZ special is how it balances accessibility with depth. Auto combos give newcomers a taste of power, while veterans can dive into the assist systems, vanish cancels, and sparking mechanics that create thrilling comeback opportunities. The Switch version manages to maintain the visual fidelity with some smart compromises that preserve the 60 FPS gameplay where it matters most. With a roster that's grown substantially through DLC, including favorites like Master Roshi, Jiren, and Gogeta, there's plenty of variety in playstyles. The story mode is surprisingly substantial too, offering an original narrative across 3 separate campaigns. If you've ever wanted to feel like you're controlling an episode of the anime, this is your chance. It's easily one of the best anime fighting games ever made, and it feels right at home on Switch. At number 16, we've got Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, another Arc System Works collaboration that brings the beloved JRPG characters into a fighting format. If you're a Persona fan, seeing characters like Yu, Chie, and Aigis duke it out with their personas is a treat. The game builds on traditional fighting mechanics with the Persona system, where each character has a physical form and a persona that can be summoned for attacks. But if your persona takes too many hits, you'll be temporarily without it. This creates a protective metagame within each match that adds strategic depth. Ultimax includes both the original P4 Arena story and its sequel, giving you dozens of hours of visual novel-style narrative alongside the fighting, perfect for Persona fans wanting more time with these characters. The Switch version includes all the DLC characters, bringing the roster to 37 when you count Shadow variants. The netcode has been updated since launch, and while it's not rollback, it performs well enough for casual online play. With stunning visuals, incredible music pulled straight from the Persona games, and satisfying combat that's easy to learn but hard to master, this is a standout fighter that bridges 2 genres beautifully. You want classic 3-on-3 team battles? Number 15, the King of Fighters 98, is peak retro perfection. Often called the King of SNK Fighters, this entry is considered the most balanced and refined of the series' 90s run. What makes KOF 98 special is the dual system mode. You can choose between advanced mode with its custom combo flexibility, or extra mode which harkens back to the older Fatal Fury mechanics. With 38 characters and no storyline constraints, this Dream Match Edition assembled the most popular fighters from the saga's history. The Switch version includes both the original arcade release and the Ultimate Match rebalanced version, making this the definitive way to experience this classic. The pixel art holds up beautifully on the Switch screen, and while online play can be hit or miss, the local versus mode is perfect for impromptu battles anywhere. The 3-character team format creates interesting strategic layers as you consider order and synergy, and the diverse roster ensures there's a fighter for every playstyle. This is essential gaming history that still delivers tight, technical gameplay 25 years later. Number 14 celebrates one of fighting games' most distinct franchises with Guilty Gear 20th Anniversary Edition. This double pack includes the original Guilty Gear from 1998 and Guilty Gear XX Accent Core Plus R, often considered the most technical and refined version of the XX series. What makes Guilty Gear unique is its heavy metal aesthetic, intricate combo system, and wildly diverse roster. Creator Daisuke Ishiwatari's vision shines through every aspect, from the blistering soundtrack he composed himself to the distinct, anime-inspired character designs. Accent Core Plus R is the real star here, with its refined tension and burst gauges, force breaks, slashback mechanics, and character-specific systems that create a dazzling array of gameplay options. Every fighter feels like they're playing their own game, from Zato 1's shadow manipulation to Ino's note projectiles. The Switch version runs beautifully at 60 FPS and includes the all-important training mode with comprehensive frame data. The revised netcode makes online play viable, though you'll want a wired connection for the best experience. If you love technical fighters with creative mechanics and aren't afraid of a steep learning curve, this collection offers some of the deepest combat systems ever created. At number 13, we're bending the rules a bit. Streets of Rage 4 is technically a beat-em-up, but its fighting mechanics are so refined it deserves a spot on this list. This revival of the classic Sega series brings hand-drawn art and modernized combat to create something that honors the past while moving forward. What elevates SOR 4 above standard beat-em-ups are its complex combat mechanics, juggle combos, special move cancels, and a risk-reward system that lets you gamble health for power. Each of the 17 playable characters, including the retro unlockables, has a unique moveset and playstyle, making this feel more like a fighting game than a simple brawler. The Switch version performs flawlessly, with local co-op for up to 4 players and online play for 2. The Mr. X Nightmare DLC adds a survival mode with permanent upgrades, further extending the game's depth and replayability. With a stunning art direction, an incredible soundtrack, featuring original composers Yuzo Koshiro and Motohiro Kawashima, and combat that rewards skillful execution, Streets of Rage 4 proves that fighting mechanics can shine outside traditional 1 versus 1 formats. More turtles, more trouble. At number 12, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Shredder's Revenge delivers modern nostalgia with beat-em-up action that features surprisingly deep combat systems. Like Streets of Rage 4, this goes beyond simple button mashing with character-specific moves, combo systems, and strategic super attacks. Each of the 7 playable characters, the 4 turtles plus Splinter, April, and Casey Jones, has distinct attributes affecting speed, range, and power, creating genuine playstyle variety. What makes this perfect for Switch is the 6-player co-op madness, playable both locally and online. The port runs at a consistent 60 frames per second, ensuring those combos connect exactly when they should. The story mode features RPG elements with level-ups that unlock new moves, while arcade mode delivers that classic quarter-munching challenge. The presentation is top-notch, with beautiful pixel art that captures the late 80s, early 90s TMNT aesthetic, and an energetic soundtrack featuring contributions from Mike Patton of Faith No More. It's a complete package that feels like the ultimate evolution of the arcade fighting games many of us grew up with. Cowabunga indeed. At number 11, we've got Ultra Street Fighter II, The Final Challengers, a Switch-exclusive version of perhaps the most influential fighting game ever made. This edition takes the balanced gameplay of Super Street Fighter II Turbo and adds 2 new characters, Evil Ryu and Violent Ken, plus modern features and presentation options. What makes this version special is the ability to switch between classic pixel art and the HD remix visuals, essentially giving you 2 games in 1. The rebalanced gameplay addresses some of the tier issues from the original arcade version, making more characters tournament viable. The Switch-exclusive first-person way of the Hado mode might be gimmicky, but the traditional gameplay remains impeccable with responsive controls whether you're using the Pro Controller or Joy-Cons. The color editor lets you create custom character palettes, and the comprehensive gallery mode is a treasure trove for Street Fighter history buffs. While not as feature-rich as some later Street Fighter entries, this remains the definitive version of Street Fighter II, the game that established so many fighting game conventions we take for granted today. If you want to go back to where it all began, but with modern conveniences, this is your game. Breaking into our top 10 at number 10 is Skullgirls' second Encore, a labor of love that combines hand-drawn animation, worthy of a theatrical release with deep tag team mechanics. Set in a unique 1940s Art Deco meets dark fantasy world, there's nothing else that looks or plays quite like it. Mechanically, Skullgirls draws inspiration from Marvel vs. Capcom 2, with custom assists and team compositions. You can choose to play with 1, 2, or 3 characters, with automatic scaling to balance team strength. This creates countless strategic options as you decide between raw power or versatility. What truly sets Skullgirls apart is its comprehensive tutorial system, possibly the best in any fighting game. that teaches not just game-specific mechanics, but universal fighting game concepts like hit confirmation, mix-ups, and okazeme. It's like having a fighting game coach built in. The Switch version maintains 60 FPS where it counts and includes all DLC characters for a roster of 14 uniquely designed fighters. With a jazzy soundtrack by Michiru Yamane of Castlevania fame, some of the smoothest animation in the genre, and surprisingly solid netcode. Skullgirls proves that indie developers can compete with the biggest names in fighting games.
Until we can rest in peace.
At number 9, Samurai Shodown stands out from the crowd with its deliberate, high-risk combat where a single well-placed slash can decide a match. This 2019 reboot captures the essence of the classic series while bringing the visuals into the modern era with gorgeous cel-shaded 3D. Unlike most fighters that reward aggression and combo mastery, Samsho is all about spacing, patience, and the perfect strike. It's often compared to a deadly game of chess, with the rage system adding a comeback mechanic that creates constant tension. The more damage you take, the more dangerous you become. The roster includes returning favorites like Haomaru and Charlotte alongside newcomers, each with distinct weapons and fighting styles. The Switch version makes smart compromises to maintain the crucial 60 FPS gameplay, and while the resolution is lower than other platforms, the art style holds up beautifully. With weapon clash mechanics, disarming moves, and fatal strikes that can remove half a health bar in one hit, Samsho delivers a unique fighting experience that rewards strategy over memorization. If you're tired of 100-hit combos and prefer the intense mind games of carefully placed strikes, this reboot perfectly captures the spirit of the legendary SNK series.
That's your rage gauge. You take damage, you get heated. It's that simple.
At number 8, King of Fighters XIII brings what many consider the most visually stunning 2D sprite work ever created to the Nintendo Switch. This entry represents SNK at the peak of their artistic powers, with hand-drawn animation that makes every character feel alive. Gameplay-wise, 13 refines the drive gauge system that enables HD combos, devastating attack strings that require precise execution, but deliver spectacular damage. The NEO Max super moves provide some of the most visually impressive finishers in fighting game history, particularly when cancelled from an HD combo. The Switch version includes the 36 character roster from the console release plus balance patches, making this the definitive edition. Performance is excellent with a consistent 60 FPS, and while the online experience varies, the local versus mode is flawless. What makes KOF 13 special is how it balances the 3 versus 3 team format with individual character complexity. The drive cancel system rewards technical players, but fundamentals like spacing and footsies remain crucial. If you love stylish combos, intricate matchups, and fighting games as visual art, this is gold tier content now playable anywhere. Anime fighter fans, listen up! At number 7, Under Night In-Birth X. Late, yes, that's really the name, brings one of fighting game's most ingenious mechanics to Switch with its GRD, grind grid system. This unique resource battle overlays every match, with both players competing for grid energy that cycles every 17 seconds. Control the grid, and you gain access to chain shift cancels that extend combos and create pressure. This makes neutral game and spacing as important as combo execution, rewarding thoughtful play. The roster of 21 characters covers all the fighting game archetypes, but with unique twists, from Batista's geometric projectile setups to Waldstein's massive command grabs. Each character has distinct playstyles while remaining balanced within the game's systems. The Switch port is excellent, maintaining 60 FPS performance with minimal visual compromises, and includes all balance updates. The extensive tutorial mode breaks down not just game-specific mechanics, but universal fighting game concepts, making this surprisingly approachable despite its depth. With its methodical pace, emphasis on spacing, and the tension-building GRD system, Under Night rewards players who think strategically rather than just memorizing long combos. It's criminally underrated and deserves more attention from fighting game fans. Securing the number 6 spot is BlazBlue CentralFiction, the culmination of Arc System Works' ambitious technical fighter series. With a roster of 36 wildly diverse characters, this is a fighting game where no two matchups feel the same. Yeah, what makes BlazBlue special is how each character breaks conventional fighting game rules. Carl Clover controls 2 characters simultaneously. Rachel Alucard manipulates wind to alter movement, and Arakune sets up insect traps that punish specific hit types. Mastering even one character requires serious dedication. The drive system gives each fighter a unique mechanic. Ragna steals health, Jin freezes opponents, Lichi transforms her staff, creating gameplay variety unseen in most fighters. Add in overdrive activation, active flow state, and XIII Axel supers, and you have multiple systems interacting in beautiful complexity. The Switch version includes all DLC characters and runs at a steady 60 FPS, with surprising visual fidelity on both handheld and docked modes. The story mode is truly massive, essentially a 40-plus hour visual novel with fights interspersed, concluding the epic narrative that spans 4 games. Whether you're in it for the lore, the technical gameplay, or the stylish visuals, BlazBlue CentralFiction is pure fighting game madness in the best possible way. Breaking into our top 5 at number 5, Guilty Gear Strive brings Arc System Works' flagship series to Switch with stunning 3D visuals that maintain the iconic anime aesthetic. This entry streamlines some of Guilty Gear's notorious complexity while keeping its distinct character. The Roman cancel system remains the heart of Strive's creativity, allowing on-the-fly cancellation of nearly any action with different effects based on timing and situation. This universal mechanic opens up endless combo paths and strategic options that keep the game fresh hundreds of matches in. The wall break mechanic adds stage transitions that change the flow of battle, rewarding aggressive play with temporary power boosts. Characters feel wildly distinct. Faust throws random items, Zato 1 controls a shadow creature, and Happy Chaos uses limited bullets. Yet the core systems create a cohesive experience. While the Switch version makes some visual compromises, the crucial 60 FPS gameplay remains intact, and the implementation of rollback netcode makes online matches playable even with moderate ping, a huge advancement for fighters on Nintendo's platform. With a killer soundtrack by series creator Daisuke Ishiwatari, an accessible yet deep combat system, and some of the most distinct character designs in fighting games, Strive proves that high-level fighters can thrive on Switch. At number 4, we've got a dream collection for crossover fans, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. Arcade Classics bundles 5 legendary titles: X-Men, Children of the Atom, Marvel Superheroes, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter, and Marvel vs. Capcom Clash of Superheroes. This collection traces the evolution of Capcom's VS series from its origins to the gameplay systems that would define team fighters for generations. You can see how mechanics like partner assists, tag combos, and infinity combos developed game by game, providing both nostalgia and a playable history lesson. The Switch port is remarkable, with perfect arcade emulation, training modes added to games that never had them originally, and gallery content featuring concept art and development materials. The rollback netcode implementation makes online play viable even for these decades-old titles. What makes this collection special is how it captures the unbridled creativity of 90s arcade fighters, before balance concerns reined in the madness. Infinite combos, broken characters, and absurd team synergies create a chaotic playground that's perfect for casual sessions and competitive play alike. For anyone who grew up dropping quarters into these cabinets or discovered the VS series later, Having these 5 formative games in one portable package is nothing short of spectacular. Securing the bronze medal at number 3, Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection is essentially a playable museum of fighting game history. This comprehensive package includes 12 arcade-perfect versions of classic Street Fighter titles, from the original 1987 game through the Alpha series and Street Fighter III Third Strike. What makes this collection essential is how it documents the evolution of the genre-defining series. You can see how concepts like special moves, super meters, and parry systems developed over time, with each entry adding new mechanical layers to the foundation. The Switch version includes training modes for Street Fighter II Turbo, Alpha 3, and Third Strike, plus online play for these titles and Super Street Fighter II. Museum features include an interactive timeline, character profiles with original design documents, and a sound test with over 1,000 tracks. Beyond pure nostalgia, many of these games, particularly Third Strike with its parry system, remain competitive staples with thriving communities. Having tournament-worthy versions accessible anywhere makes the Switch the ultimate Street Fighter machine for students of the genre. This isn't just a collection of great games, it's a comprehensive archive of the series that shaped fighting games as we know them today. For history, value, and pure fighting game excellence, the 30th Anniversary Collection is unmatched. Taking our silver medal at number 2, Capcom Fighting Collection unearths true arcade treasures with 10 classic titles including the complete Darkstalkers series, Red Earth, Cyberbots, Hyper Street Fighter II, Super Puzzle Fighter II, Turbo, and Super Gem Fighter, Minimix. What makes this collection remarkable is how it resurrects titles that never received proper home ports. Red Earth, Capcom's fantasy fighter with RPG elements, makes its first ever appearance outside arcades. The complete Darkstalkers saga is finally available in one package, including the previously Japan-exclusive Vampire Hunter 2 and Vampire Savior 2. The Switch version features perfect arcade emulation with training modes, battle balance adjustments, and robust display options. The implementation of rollback netcode means these decades-old games have better online play than many modern titles, breathing new life into forgotten classics. Beyond the games themselves, the museum mode includes over 500 pieces of artwork, design documents, and music tracks, many never before released to the public. It's a comprehensive tribute to Capcom's experimental fighting game golden age. Was there ever any doubt? Taking the championship belt at number 1, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate isn't just a fighting game, it's a gaming phenomenon that transcends the genre. With 89 fighters representing virtually every major Nintendo franchise plus guests from across gaming history, it's the most ambitious crossover in video game history. What makes Smash unique is its accessibility coupled with surprising competitive depth. The percentage-based damage system and ring-out victory conditions create a fighting experience unlike any other, where positioning and recovery matter as much as combo execution. Items, stage hazards, and final smash attacks add chaotic variables for casual play, while competitive options allow for standardized tournament settings. The single-player content is staggering. World of Light Adventure Mode offers 20-plus hours of RPG-like progression. Spirit battles provide thousands of unique fight scenarios, and Classic Mode gives each character a themed arcade ladder. Then there's the music collection with over 1,000 tracks spanning gaming history. Online play has improved significantly since launch, with the ability to create battle arenas for friends or compete in quick play matches for global rankings. The game continues to draw massive tournament attendance years after release, with a competitive scene that spans every skill level. And that wraps up our countdown of the top 20 best fighting games on Nintendo Switch. From traditional arcade fighters to platform brawlers, beat-em-ups to crossover spectacles, the Switch has become an incredible platform for fighting games of all kinds. Whether you're playing at home on the big screen or getting some quick matches in handheld mode while commuting, these games showcase the versatility of Nintendo's hybrid console. If you enjoyed this countdown, punch that like button, body slam the subscribe button, and dragon punch that notification bell to stay updated on all our future Switch content. We've got tons more top lists, reviews, and gaming news coming your way. This is Matt from Level Up Switch, reminding you that whether you're a casual button masher or frame-perfect pro, the joy of fighting games is in the journey of improvement. Until next time, keep practicing those combos, and I'll see you in the next battle.